burns woods.
Yeah.
Today, when I was going down the alley, at 1 o'clock, he stopped me. He's literally terrified. He's taking this wood, putting it in his garage, and I don't see how, he's getting these logs to burn, but he also uses it as a toilet facility.
Okay.
He's making it a little house. I mean, the other day, I played crazy, and I said I had to ask now Clifford, I said, well, we made a comment to him. And yesterday, when I was walking down the alley, he tried to say something, I told him I can't hear,
Okay.
and I have, well, anyway.
Does he have a car down there?
No, it doesn't have a
He just is on foot?
He's on foot.
Okay.
But the guy next door, who happened to be Hispanic, and he stopped me today, he said, I'm literally scared. He said, and here again, we've been always ask people when they move in, come to our meetings.
Sure.
He said, when is the neighborhood meeting? That was his first thing. I said, well, matter of fact, we're meeting today. And he said, well, I got a problem. And so that's when he went ahead with the problem. He said, and not only is he doing that next door, taking my wood, he beats on the door after dark, and I'm scared of him, and so.
Did you tell him to call
So
the
he said,
police?
I
I mean, if he's beating on his door at any time and he's not welcome there, he needs to call. He needs
see,
to call.
that poses another problem.
What's the problem?
He prefer not to.
But why?
I don't know.
I mean, if he wants us to help him fix his problem,
That's
Yeah.
only right.
Well, no, you need to go, and I told him, I said, well, I need to call the police. He said,
Sure.
well, I said, the police don't should be there today. He
Yeah.
said, I can't come today, but I promise you, I'm gonna start coming to meetings.
okay. Well, I won't go to his house until he contacts me. I won't bother him, but I'll go address the guy that's doing the garage.
Well, I'll have him contact you.
You got my number, have him call me. And he wants to do it by phone, I don't have to go to his house. I can talk to him on the phone and get what I need to get
I
from him on
don't
the
think it'll
phone.
be any problem, but
Okay.
Clifford sees them all the time. Matter of fact, we cut the grass in front of the house sometimes.
I'm gonna tell you something, Chester, that I'm involved in. I had to go to the police department to be okay with this. But I belong with the Night Against Crime, and Paul Sophic, I don't know if you know Paul.
Everybody knows Paul.
Yeah, I love him. But he'll call me and tell me to be looking out for such and such a car, and then several of us will be out looking for that car. So if you have an issue like that, a phone call, I know several people that go, I mean, I do this frequently at night looking around. Somebody keeps pooping in my front of my shop, and I've stepped in it a couple of times, and so I'm looking for that person too. It's pretty gross. But we do go around looking at night frequently, and we've actually helped stop a few issues.
Okay. All righty. Yeah,
Or you can call me, because I'm part of it, and I can call Paul.
okay. So we be a part, we got our little band and everything, but I don't go out at night.
Are you a member too?
Well, we
For
all,
God's
We
sakes, I
all,
didn't know.
Carol, myself, we all are members.
they just wouldn't give us any
They
radio.
wouldn't give us any radios.
I don't have one either. And you can't carry a gun, which I didn't like. But this is one thing, did you hear what me and Paul did the other day? The old lady we called the can lady that picks up one of the cans all around the city? You know who I'm talking about?
We can't hear.
Okay?
All other names.
Some
They got
idiot,
certain
14-year-old boy ran over her up on 18th Street, almost killed her. She had several broken ribs. Nobody even knew her name. Well, I got a get well card, and I wished I'd known I'd have you sign it. I had about almost 100 people sign it, and people started giving me cash. I didn't even ask it. I got $100 cash, and we went to her house. Found out, guys, this woman doesn't collect cans for herself. She collects cans to have dogs and cats neutered and spaded, and she has cat food in that bag, and she feeds the stray animals the cat food. So we went to her house, gave her the cash, gave her the card, and I gave her a beer can hat. You know, since the can lady, so she's in pretty bad shape, but she's alive. She's a sweetheart, and she several years ago. I've known her for years, but had no idea where she lives, and she doesn't want anybody to know where she lives. She's a sweetheart. $100 people gave me. People didn't even know her, gave me money. And she'll give it away.
Yeah. A lot of people do a lot of positive things we don't know anything
Oh,
about.
that's
We
special.
judge people when we see them. That's the reason why it's always bad to judge people based on
Oh, yeah.
what you see.
I love her. She's something else.
Chester, the house at 1121 Everett's been posted unfit since June of 17.
No, it's been posted probably 20, more like 20, that's the last time it was posted.
Yeah, they just have, and I don't know why they do that, that makes no sense, I mean, I
Like to waste money.
like the way stickers, I guess, but
Like to waste
I'll,
money.
I'll be down there tomorrow, I'll go down tomorrow afternoon and see if he's down there, and we'll take care of him. If he's there, then he'll go to jail for being on an unfit structure. And just because the house is unfit, you can't be on the property. You don't have to be in the house, you cannot be on the property, period.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you cannot be sitting in the driveway in your car. If it's unfit and it's past the vacate date, you step foot on the property, you're subject to going to being arrested. So you don't have to be in the house, you just have to be on the property. And so by him being in the back of the garage, you may spend a weekend in jail for him.
I think what really is amazing to me is when they put the little green deal on there, the sticker,
Okay?
because they need to be inspected, you know,
Yeah, a lot of them are abatement stickers for, they could be for trash, grass, or whatever they decide to
and
put on
then
there.
they remove them.
Yeah, they remove stickers all the time. They do.
That house right behind us on 13th Street, that's what he did. He took it off.
The stickers we put on cars for 10 days and 48-hour notices. You go down the street, you come back 10 minutes later, that sticker's gone. They'll
It's
take it.
just,
Okay, any more
Anybody
questions?
think I've got any other concerns in your neighborhood? Anyone? No?
Thank you.
Nothing?
Good to see you back.
Glad to be back, Chester.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Over 2 months ago, before Christmas, there was a sign in the yard, 12th and Everett, about advertising windows.
Okay.
So, I told someone about it, and they just moved it and called that number
Uh-huh.
and told them to call him if they
If the way the sign works, the way the ordinance reads, you cannot put a sign
I get it.
on any public right-of-way at all. If it is, we have the right to take the signs and get rid of them. They can't put them in your yard without your permission. They can't put them in a median. They can't put them on any right-of-way. And if you see somebody doing it, you tell me, just flag me down. If I see it, I usually take them. They can't put them there. They have to have permission from the unified government to put them in a right-of-way. They can't do it.
It was in the yard, right?
And then, that's a little suspect too, people want windows or sidings, they usually get in the phone book or on the internet and call who they're gonna call. And that's kinda how that works. It's a lot of those things can be scams, they get you to call and, I kinda stay away from them. They're advertising on a sign on a phone pole or in your yard, that puts on the corner, I'd stay away from that. That's,
I'm gonna ask you a question. New Year's, this house down the street with those 2 murders, did you see any gunfire out of that house? I heard from several people there was a lot of gunfire out of that house on New Year's. Did you see it by any chance?
They talked about it the last meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do, because evidently it's that way every year, we need to maybe have a surveillance camera or something on the house. The other house behind my shop, there was like 2 clips fired, about 5 minutes before midnight, and then another time at midnight. And those bullets come down.
absolutely,
They fired probably 30 rounds.
absolutely they do.
That's up the street though for me.
I think at the last meeting, they said that's a house where they shot so much, they shot through the lines up there.
Oh, no bad.
Yeah.
That's fine. Not really.
I hear gunshots kind of frequently.
That's that same house.
1226.
There's another house on New Jersey that's firing, on 15th in New Jersey, that's fires a lot. We don't know which house it is yet. We got a guy supposed to find out, but he says he always gets them in the basement when he hears a gunshot, so.
And one more thing on shots fired. If you guys hear gunshots fired, even though you don't know where they're coming from, always call. And the reason why, I always tell people, there's a lot of people say, well, by the time the police get there, the shots have stopped. And 9 out of 10 times, that's probably true. But what you have to realize is, when you call the police and they dispatch, you don't know where that policeman is. He could be coming and going and see a car leaving that's speeding out of the area, or he gets close to the area and we find shell casings, and it goes for you guys. If you see shell casings in the street, call us, because what we do with those shell casings, we collect them as evidence and we send them off to the ATF. The ATF takes those shell casings and they match them up with already showcasing some other crime scenes. And you'd be surprised of just a random showcasing that gets found, say, right in front of your shop at 13th and State. That same showcasing of the same type could be used in a robbery, a homicide in another part of the city, in another jurisdiction in Kansas City, Missouri. We link all those together, and they already may have a guy in custody that we already may have a gun. So, because each bullet, when that gun hits it, and that primer, it leaves a distinct mark on each caliber. And they can link those things together, and they print them. And you'd be surprised at the information we get just off of a bullet casing that a citizen finds. So we need those. If you see them, call us, we'll come get them. We send them off to the ATF, and it paints a neat little picture of what our criminals have been doing and where they've been. And it's kind of surprising. They're not only in your neighborhood, you'd be surprised at how far they venture out, where they go. It's an interesting chart to see. And maybe one day, Chester, we can get somebody here to come and explain it to you and show you guys the chart of some of these old cases and how bullets can be linked from place to place. It's
I know
very
that
interesting.
He just went to prison for murders from 20 years ago, from what you're talking about.
Yes, it's very helpful to prosecution of extra cases, because once they're confronted with that, sometimes guys will, yeah. We just had a guy down in Florida who's locked up in a penitentiary confessed to a murder that happened over here in Armadale in 2014, and they're sending detectives down there now because of that. Because the bullet fragments, actually it's a shotgun shell that he used there that matched what we had up here. And he confessed to it, so they're en route down there this week to talk about the murder that went unsolved from 4 years ago. So it's a neat system we have. It's just, they don't advertise it a lot, but we have it and we use it a lot. So if you see a bullet, call us, just don't disregard it. Let us come get it. And you're not bothering us. That's what we're here for. Call us, I'll come pick it up, and more than happy to come get it. If we can put a criminal away, better neighborhood for you.
What's that number for the 100th time? How that's your number for 100 times?
My phone number,
Well, whatever number we're supposed to.
just call 596-3000. That's our dispatch number. And if you dial 911, they're answered by the same group of people. They're answered by the same men and women. There's no difference. They all sit and answer the same phone. Or you can call me, and my number's 573-8751. And I will be more than happy to come and pick it up from you. And if you find it, try not to touch it. If you have to touch it, take a pen or a pencil, put it in the end of it, and pick it up. Just don't put your fingerprints on, just pick it up with the pencil like that.
Just like they do on television.
Just like they do on, actually, that's one of the true things on TV. Pick it up that way, and that way we'll put it in the bag, and we'll secure it, and we ship them off. And that's what we do with them.
If you walk down Minnesota Avenue or State, a whole lot of businesses have holes in the windows from bullets. Mine has several, like 3 or 4. I'm now getting somebody shooting with a BB gun my customers' windshields. I've got 2 of my windshields now been broken with a BB gun. I think I know who's doing it, but I can't prove it.
Another question, is there probably a reason someone would take the railing in the backyard? I mean, what,
Is it metal?
no wood?
I don't know why they would take wood unless somebody took it to burn it. I mean, there's no value in it. I mean, metal, yeah, people will take metal to scrap it. But there's no really value in just
Off your house?
wood. Was it off your house?
Yeah, in the backyard.
In your back, on your back?
Yes, on the back there, about 3 or 4 steps back there, and this railing, the man repaired, and he said, I'm gonna, he anchored the railing down.
Sure.
About 3 years ago, and I just wondered what in the world would somebody use, it's not metal, no.
No,
That's
I mean,
what I wondered, what in the world would
I
they
don't
do
know why they would
with
have
it?
I don't know why they would want a wood railing, I really don't. I mean, it's just, wood's wood on that. I mean, I don't know. If it's metal, I'd say they'd probably take it to scrap it, but, man, that's awful old still.
No, they might use it for firewood.
That's what I said, they might take it for wood, absolutely.
If you want to replace cars, I'm pretty good with wood, I'll come down, I got a lot of wood. Seriously, I donate it all the time.
And one other question, the letter about the sewer,
The septic tank and the.
is that legitimate, or is
Is that
that
the lady,
a
talking about the letter
scam?
from BPU?
Yeah, BPU.
BPU sends them out, they send the thing out, they teamed up with the home repair company about insurance for your sewer line or your septic line coming from your house to the main. That's legit. That's a legitimate offer.
And American Water Resources.
Yes.
Doing the same
Yes,
thing.
it comes with a little BPU logo on it. It's a legitimate deal. It is. And if you're still not sure, you can actually call BPU and ask them, and they'll tell you the information the same that's on that letter. It's a legit deal. And they never come to your door, they won't call you, they'll send it through the mail. So if somebody comes to your door, or they call you on the phone, don't give them no information, just hang up and just don't bother. But they will send it to you through the mail. It's kinda like the IRS, they don't call you. They don't, they send you a letter, they send you a letter, they never call you, so it's the same thing, they just don't call you, they'll send it through the mail. Okay?
And at about 80th Street near Parallel, someone, the homeowner, had to have this, one of these repaired. It was a septic, or the other one. And someone was able to do that for her but he said that would have been $4,000. So
Oh, yeah,
that's,
I believe it.
okay, I just wanted to know.
Yeah, it's a legit deal that BPU offers, it's legit.
And if BPU name is on that info, that,
I disregard it then.
Okay, we're gonna move on. We have, Blind School Superintendent here, John Hardy. He has some,
Thank you. You want me to stand up here? I see the cameras on. You want me to stand up here? I am John. I'm the interim superintendent here at the School for the Blind, and I really wanted to just welcome you and apologize that we haven't got you more involved in our school. I'd love to do that. Next Friday is one opportunity. We have the Braille Challenge. It's